Here we are in Sheets, coding our telecommunication encoder. So we're going to write code so that we only have to do this one time, and then afterwards, the computer will figure out how to encode our messages automatically. Computational thinking. All right, so the first thing we need to do here is get a look. Yep, we're going to put in our 3-letter message, and then we'll break it apart, and then we need to encode it ultimately into a wave. Amplitude modulation, that would be low amplitude and high amplitude waves, or frequency modulation, low frequency and high frequency. All right, let's get started. So I'm going to go back up to H2. That's where our user is going to input their 3-letter signal. So I'm going to go with green. That kind of says go input something here. And I'm going to use just a lighter shade of green. I'm using light green 2. And let's try out an example word. And let's do sky with a capital S. Capital S, K, Y. Return. Now, we want to do most of the good stuff of what a cell phone is doing. So the first thing we do is break this 3-letter word into just single letters, or technically called bytes of information. So over here, we have a structure to do that. And this is going to be an output because we're going to break this inputted 3-letter word into 3 one-letters. And so I'm going to color code that in output. So I'm going to use, I'm going to go with light red, number 2. And then also I got to do this again. I'm going to make it just a slightly different shade though. And I'll go one more down. And then, not to introduce too many colors, I will go back. And there we have it. Okay. So we need to tell the computer to break apart this 3-letter word into single letters. Now that does have a built-in function already. So if you're ready to start, let's go up to K2 where it says code 1, and I'm going to put an equal sign. Now it's a little bit complicated, so I'm going to walk you through nice and slow. I put an equal sign and then mid, M-I-D. The idea there is that's short for grab the middle letter. So I'm going to put in mid, parentheses, and I got to go tell it what word I want it to break apart. So I'm going to go back and click on H2, and then I got to put a comma. I got to tell it what letter I want to start with. The first one would be the first letter, comma, and then how many letters. Since we're trying to break this into single letters, I'm going to put comma 1 in parentheses, and it's outputting just the S. Nice. To get some practice, we could drag, but that's not as easy as it might seem. So I'm going to just retype it now that I'm getting the hang of it. Equal sign, mid. Again, let's go grab the word, comma. Now I want the second letter, so I'm going to put a 2. And again, I only want a single letter, so I'll put comma 1 in parentheses. And it grabbed the K for me. And we're just going to do it again for the third letter this time. Equal sign, MID, parentheses, go grab it, comma, the third letter, so I put a 3, and again, we just want a single letter, so I put comma 1. Great. So our user inputs a 3-letter word. Our coding breaks it into 3 separate letters or bytes of information. And now our encoder is going to convert that letter into a wave signal. But first things first, let's take this just one letter at a time. And a challenge for you is to think about how to modify this sheet to handle all 3 letters. But for now, we're going to take it one letter at a time. So I'm in H7. And again, the user is going to have to input this. And so I'm going to go down to a little darker shade of green, light green 1, because they have to do one letter at a time. And again, If you don't like that, you can automate this, and that's an extension challenge for anyone that wants it. Okay, so let's do it. Let's keep with our example. Sky, the first letter is capital S, so I'm going to put a capital S in my letter to encode. And then we have actually several steps before we get the computer to tell us how to amplitude encode this or frequency modulate encode this. First thing we need to do is figure out the decimal number in the ASCII table for capital S. Now, ASCII has actually been so used worldwide that it's been renamed Unicode 8. And that is short for Universal Code with 8 bits. And that is important to know because it makes the function that we use make sense. This is so widely used, the function literally is the word code. So I'm going to do that now. I'm in F12. I'm going to hit equal sign and then type the word code. Now I want to really encode, but it's shortened to code, whatever is in H7. In this case, a capital S. And then I'm going to end my parentheses and hit return. And look that up on any ASCII table. Number 83 will be capital S. Or look it up on a Unicode 8 table. 83 will be capital S. All right, the next thing we need to do is take this decimal number and convert it to a digital signal or a binary signal. And that binary uses just zeros and ones. Again, knowing that, this function will make sense. I'm going to start programming, so I'm going to hit equal sign. And we want to convert from decimal to binary, so I'm going to type in the function DEC for decimal, and then the number 2, and then binary is shortened to BIN, decimal to binary. Parentheses, we got to tell it what we want, which cell we want to do, and that is F12. And I can look at the output and it dropped one of the zeros. It's only showing me 7. We so often do that in mathematics. I want it to show all 8, so I'm going to push comma and type in the number 8 in parentheses. That way it shows all 8. Then hit return. I have already programmed it to split apart this 8-digit number into each of its columns. But you still need to make sure you know what this is doing by coding line 12. Now in binary, the first column is the ones. That's 2 raised to the 0 is 1. And then 2 raised to the 2 is 2. 2 times 2 is 4. 2 times 2 times 2, which is 2 raised to the 3, is 8. 16, 32, 64, 128. So let's go ahead and get the computer to do that for us. So I'm going to start over in O12. This is the ones column. So I'm going to say equals 1 times the number up here, 1. 1 times 1, we have a 1. Now we have a 2 here, but in decimal form, we write that, of course, differently. So I'm going to say 2 times this number up here. Now this is the 4s. And we have 0 4s, but we might in the future have a 4. So we still need to code this. So this cell equals 4 times the number up here. Of course, it's 0, so it stays 0. We don't have any 8s, but we might in the future. So again, equals 8 times this number. And we actually do have a 16, so we'll get to see it. 16 times this number. And then, of course, 32 times this number. And for completeness, equals 64 times this number. And to finish it, equals 128 times this number. Nice. Great. So now we have our digital signal, and we got our binary split apart. Now we got to tell the computer hey, if this is a 0 for amplitude modulation, use this wave. If it happens to be a 1 like it is here, use this image. So we've done this before. This is just our if statement. So I'm now in H14, and I'm going to code. So I'm going to start with an equal sign. If, parentheses, this cell up here equals 0, display the 0 amplitude modulated wave. If it's not equal to 0, meaning false, we know it's a 1. So we can just have it display G14, that high amplitude signal, in parentheses. Now, as we drag or copy this, we always want to grab these two cells right here. So I'm going to go and lock in the F14 by putting $signs in front of the F, and in front of the 14, and then in front of the G, and then in front of the 14. Now, I am going to copy this, Control C, and we could drag this, but it would wreck our color formatting here. So I want to teach you another way to do it. After you've copied this cell, select all the other cells we want to paste this into, but instead of pasting, we're going to go up to Edit, Paste Special, and we want to paste just the formula. So paste formula only. And there it is. 0 is low amplitude, 1 is high amplitude, 0 is low amplitude, 1 is high amplitude. Okay, we got it. So go ahead and try to figure out what we should do for FM encoding. And I'll see you back for the decoder app.